Well, I would like to demonstrate how to make a template and use it in gCADPlus. To make life a little easy, I'm going to go File and New, and I'll pick one of the current templates in the gCADPlus environment. I'll pick this one called Front Garden, and it runs, and we're in model space at the moment. Notice up here on the right a whole series of symbols, but notice when I click on that particular symbol over here in the properties box, it is already associated with an entry in a plant database file. What we're going to do now is remove everything from the drawing environment. Perhaps before we do, we go into the landscape view, and there is our design. This part over here, this particular title block, is not suitable for the landscape practice that we're going to develop this template for. So we'll go back in here into model space, and we'll remove all the material here that we're not likely to use. So we'll select all of that, right click and erase, and there's a little word screening and something else there, and erase. We can do some cleaning up of layers and so on in a moment, but what I wanted to demonstrate is we'll even leave the plant schedule there just for the moment. So we'll go back into landscape view, and we're not seeing the schedule because it's outside of the floating viewport. Let me just illustrate. You can see over here to the right are our symbols, and there's our plant schedule. We'll leave them just for the moment and say we're going to display on the layout sheet. I won't bother setting the scale of the layout sheet, but we're now ready to remove this inappropriate title block and replace it with another. Now we've saved a brand new title block that we have put it in our own details folder on this particular Mac. So let's go to the library and to details, and in an earlier movie we made a new title block. So let's go here, and we called it gCADTitle. So we'll open it and insert it into the drawing. Now I'm in layout space, so it's going to be popped down there in the corner. Clearly the 5 meter scale bar is getting in the way. Now we can bring scale bars in at any time we want, so I'd come back to the model and I'll remove even the north indicators. We can easily bring those in from the library, so let's erase those and we'll go back into our sheet. So here we are. Let me right click. It's a layout already labelled as an A2 sheet, and that all looks fine. So in this drawing, as it stands right now, in model space way over to the right, we have a series of symbols, and they are attached already to an entry in a plant database file. So I've been in here and I've attached a plant database file. Sorry, I haven't attached it. I need to attach one. So gCADPlus, attach it, and we will find in the gCADPlus folder one called GardenCAD and open it up. And that's the plant database file that's got 400 odd entries. So we'll say OK. And now down at the bottom of the screen, it's telling us that in Users Crossover My Documents, it's picked up that file. So this particular one, if you look over here, is Corymbia ficifolia, one of the flowering eucalypts, and so those symbols are already associated with a particular plant species. And of course, in a later stage, you'd want to develop all of your own, but what we're trying to demonstrate here is how we can use this as a template. Not a bad idea to run the tool that will clean up the drawing, purge unused objects, and we'll knock out 5 blocks, 4 layers and a text style here. So we have a drawing with a layout attached. What we're now going to do is save that drawing in the templates folder. So it's File and Save As, and we'll go up a level, and here's gCADPlus, and so I'll go up one level further. We're in My Documents, we go into gCADPlus, we go into Data and to Templates, and we'll just call this JC Template. So it's the first template that we've made, and we'll save it. Now we'll close this particular drawing, and we're back into the gCADPlus environment where you're going to start a brand new project. So we may need to restart gCADPlus, but we'll just try. File and New, and we've added a new template to the template folder, and here it is. We haven't actually put a description in there yet, but we can run the template, and can you see we've got an area to start designing, and we might start by putting in boundary lines. So, and I'm drawing a sort of typical job, and there we are. So if we go to the landscape view and double click in here, we can set our magenta box and size it appropriately to wrap around the design. Now of course you can move back in here, and let's assume you put the footprint of the house in and so on. It becomes very easy to say, I'm going to copy that symbol and put a whole series of those species in the back corner of the property, and copy another one down through here. Oops, I've copied 2 at once, haven't I, because they were both selected, so we'll put another one of those in there. Now these all come in with a canopy diameter roughly a metre, 920 odds, so they can all be sized easily by selecting them and scaling them and clicking and doing this and unselect all. So can you see now we're back into our layout. We just fill out the details of our project, client's name and so on, and we save this new design into a jobs folder. So we go File and Save As, go up a level, and in 2021 maybe it's a job for Mr. James. We've already got a James Final 1 there, so let's put James Final 2 and save, and we can close. Job done. To do a new job for a new client, just do File and New, pick the exact same template and OK that, and we're into that same clean environment. Now there's a lot more you can do, of course, with a template, loading text styles and all sorts of other materials, but this should give you a feel for the way you go about it.